plus-size model confronts a man who body shamed her on a plane.
The person he talked to said, hopefully she hasn't had any Mexican food. And then he says,
this incident has gone viral and she is now shaming him.
Everything's wrong with this story. Okay, this just happened a couple days ago on an airplane. Plus-size model Natalie Haig had an episode with a fat shamer on an airplane. As they say on the news here, in the clips I'm going to show you, this story went viral. And it's only because this model is famous. And she's famous for being what the news calls plus-size, because they don't want to say fat. So I saw this on the news, a liberal station, and the anchor took the model's side, added in her political correct language, and I would have taken their side too if it wasn't for the fact that I'm a health and diet expert, and I know better than most experts. I'm out of that matrix. I'm out of a lot of matrices, such as the political correctness stuff. I would have just said, yeah, that's rude, and then moved on like everyone else. But what's going on here is fat acceptance, and I know better than that. I know there's no reason to be fat, and so you shouldn't accept it, which is also to enable it to other people. And when society does this kind of political correct thing, it alters people's view, and no one ever talks about the fact that being overweight is deadly. So I don't have any sympathy for these fat people or the media enabling it. Here's how this played out on the news.
A plus-size model confronts a man who body shamed her on a plane. See how graceful she was and how he responded. It was Texas to LA. She calls out the body shamer sitting right next to her.
Really horrible text messages about me to somebody.
I wasn't.
I have photos. Yes, you were. I saw the whole thing.
Okay, I apologize. I was drinking and I apologize.
Yeah, just, you have no idea who you'll hurt with those kind of things.
But the man she was talking to was actually caught texting these nasty remarks about her as he was sitting right next to her.
Now she's calling it nasty, but we don't have proof of what this text said. We have the word of this oversized person. Plus size. By the way, the term plus size is really actively hiding from the fact that that plus size is fat, nothing else. And it's not just unhealthy. It's contributing to the healthcare crisis that we're in the middle of now. And Natalie is not just fat. Did you see those thighs? She is obese.
Sent a text message to a friend of his about her body size. In her own words, what she said that text said.
the person he talked to said, hopefully she hasn't had any Mexican food. And then he says, well, it looks like she's eaten a whole Mexican.
All right, so she read those words. Yeah, no, I wish I was. No. She confronted him about these very hurtful comments. Good for her.
I hear this a lot from people, but it's not the size that matters. It's the fact that the body's organs cannot handle that much fat storage. You know, humans are not supposed to be that size. And the reason for that size is the diet. A diet that makes you fat is a diet that's also unhealthy. And in the U.S., it typically contains a lot of animals, and those animals are typically abused. So no, this is not good for her.
And she then shared this experience with her 100,000 followers on social media, and this situation really has gone viral.
So I imagine almost everybody thinks this is just so great that she has 100,000 followers on the internet who are enabling and supporting what she is and what she does. And she shares this story, and it goes all over the place, creating more acceptance.
Our aviation correspondent, Renee Marsh. And Renee, I mean, my goodness, where are we in 2017 that somebody is doing this rudeness to this young woman?
Yeah, it's 2017, but except I have this opposite view of what she's thinking. I'm thinking it's way too late for this kind of behavior, and that the human race needs to grow up.
Natalie Haig turned the tables on him with her own phone.
And look at the end of this and see what the anchor called grace, which is how Natalie ended up handling things.
He apologized. And then I want you to hear what happened after the apology, because this is just equally as stunning.
You know, in fairness, you probably shouldn't be sitting on the edge of those. You know, when they ask you, are you willing and capable to assist people in getting off the airplane in an emergency, do you honestly think that you are?
Don't ever treat somebody like that again.
You're right.
You don't know anything about me.
Bottom line is this woman was body shamed. She felt that she was, and now she kind of turned the tables on him. And like I said, this incident has gone viral, and she is now shaming him for those very hurtful words on board that aircraft.
Come on, file this under. Just never, ever do this.
He remained calm and was trying to make a good point, a logical point. But she cannot handle that because she actually isn't comfortable with her size. And she couldn't handle the real criticism of her state of health and her diet. We're in a crisis here. Most people are well overweight and they can't handle the word fat, so they need to come up with new words for it. It's these fat people that have a problem with their condition, and they are simply just deflecting it onto other people. And sure, the people that are defending her, they're only thinking about the rude guy on the plane. But if you listen closely to the story, which I did, because I like to know exactly how things went, you see that, like I said, everything's wrong with the story. This guy didn't even fat shame, because to shame someone is to actively say the words to them or to show the words. He did not do that. She found out because she was butting her nose into his private phone. What he said was private. He did not ever want to share it with her. And he tried to get out of this awkward situation. He apologized, he gave a reason, but then she pushed. So she went ahead and took pictures of something that was meant to be private and shared them. The reason she took these pictures was because she's got 100,000 fat followers on the internet to share them with. And this whole mentality is going to create new generations of people that will suffer more than they had to. They will grow up with this health condition and develop health problems. So that's just my professional opinion. Let's hear yours.
See how graceful she was.
It reveals shocking abuse of breeder birds, the parent flocks of the chickens who will be raised and killed for meat. This is where your chicken dinner begins. The best way we can protect chickens, and all animals, is simply to leave them off our plates.